The key element for a very large enterprise, let's take scenario, this holds good for small, medium and large. Our focus happens to be on the large and the very large enterprises. At, a, at the C-suite or at the board level, there are typically very strategic decisions being taken, plans being drawn out, and people would like to achieve against the plans on a quarterly, yearly, 3-yearly, 5-yearly time horizon. Now, to execute that vision, what happens is by the time it traverses across the organization, the whole aspects of that vision get diluted or reduced down. The intensity goes down by the time it reaches the ground level, or let's say where the nodes are there in every working node in an organization, because there are a lot of market pressures, there are a lot of market dynamic changes which are happening, and due to the changes which are happening, people decide on their own how to prioritize, reprioritize. While you would want that flexibility, but the vision of the organization or the strategic, what we call OKRs, KPIs at an organization level, need to align across the organization. Those don't exactly align, and hence some organizations are very successful. Organizations which are capable of executing as per their strategy are very successful. Organizations who are not able to execute exactly as per strategy are half successful, or what we call average organizations. We as a platform focus on trying to make the organizations execute to their strategy. So it's a very important question. The setting is just perfect. We are in Goa on the beach side. We can see huge amount of water. I'm taking an analogy of the sea, the ocean. It's exactly similar to in large organizations. In the last 2 decades, all of them have collected humongous amount of data. All organizations are sitting on large amounts of data. Can they actually use the data exactly the way they want to use it? Unless, again, going back to the analogy, the water is available. Can we drink that water? We can't. Unless you process it, clean it, take it through multiple pipe systems, and then finally make it drinkable water, the ocean water is of no use to us. Similarly, data can never be useful unless it's properly analyzed, properly cleaned up. And how do you make sure it becomes a system which will get insights out for management, for leaders, for every node within an organization, every team member? How could they use the data with insights for execution? That's where the role of data is critical, but having the type of data which is useful is even more critical, and having platforms which will make that happen across the organization is the most important part. Let's again go back to what's happening in the markets. There is something called Trump economics. There is enough reasons why people need to rethink on their own strategy, because what's the trade war going to be? What are the issues which are going to happen in the supply chain? All, whether you're a manufacturing enterprise, whether you're a bank, whether you're a telco, whether you're a consumer durable company, you are going to get affected on the way your organizations are going to be successful with this huge scenario. And we also should add the other market pressure on the wars and other aspects which are currently going on in the world. Now, when you're in such a scenario, as an organization, you'd like to prioritize on the money you are spending. There is no organization on this earth which can say, I have infinite amount of money, I have infinite amount of resources. Everyone has finite money and finite resources. If you have finite money and finite resources, you'd like to prioritize those money and resources on initiatives, projects, ideas which make themselves successful. If they have to be successful, you need to prioritize against the right projects. In that scenario, when you're sitting in a boardroom, you have multiple departments, multiple functions, multiple projects, multiple country heads, all asking for the same amount of money and the same amount of resources. Everybody wants the best resource, everybody wants higher amount of money. How do you prioritize that? The cost pressures are there. If you want to get a data-driven decision to be done, so that you put your money where you can get the best benefit so that your organization is going to be successful is when an organization is going to be very, very successful. So the thought process and where PlanView platform can really help in managing your money, managing your resources very efficiently. It's not about putting some dashboards, and it's not about just some analytics we're talking about. You have to have a lot of scenario planning being done all along. You need to ensure as the scenario changes, you have to reprioritize, become very agile to make your business decisions very successful and execute on them. That's where we focus on as a platform.